Hi and welcome back to Art a la Carte. Today I'm going to be answering one of a big requests that I get is what kind of pencils do I use? What kind of paper do I use? What kind of erasers do I use? So today I'm going to be talking about art supplies to draw a basic pencil drawing. The kind of paper I use for the drawing videos is just simple computer paper. I get it really cheap at my office supply stores. I look for coupons. I can generally get free computer paper or really inexpensive computer paper at my local office store with a send-in, mail-in rebate. It's kind of a hassle and a pain to do a rebate and you have to wait for your money to come back, but in the end it saves me a lot of money. So I usually stock up and get several reams of paper and I don't have to buy any for at least a couple of weeks. I also have a lot of different sketchbooks that I use to sketch in and draw, and this one's a new one, but it's a nice way to keep all of my paper together. This is actually one of my favorite new sketchbooks. It's actually tone paper, so the paper is actually gray, which is really fun because you can play with not just darks but with lights. I also use really small little travel sketchbooks. This is one that I took to Cambodia, and actually I didn't have a lot of time to paint. This was a mural that I painted in Cambodia, so I did a little sample sketch of it, but really didn't get a chance to do a lot of painting. But it's a little actually watercolor paper, and so when I travel I can take this with me and paint as I go. Alright, so let's talk about pencils. I use a lot of different pencils. A lot of times I'll use mechanical pencils. I like these because you can get them to be you can have really nice mechanical pencils. I bought these at the Dollar Tree. The reason is you can buy really nice lead to put in them, and I love Little Mermaid, so it's perfect for me. I do have a great assortment of wooden pencils, as well as my woodless graphite, which every time I use my woodless graphite, everyone's all asking me, what is that? And basically it's just a pencil made out of nothing but pencil lead. So there's no wood in it. So a woodless pencil is basically that. It's a pencil that's made with no wood. It's just 100% pencil lead. So it's really great for using to shade on the side or getting your fine details. So these are a little bit heavier than a regular pencil, so it's kind of different holding it because it's all pencil lead, so it's got a weight to it. But they're great pencils. Many of you, when you buy a pencil, will often notice that it has some numbers and letters on the side. Most commonly is a 2B. These numbers and letters help you to know how dark or how hard your lead is in your pencil. The harder the lead, the lighter the pencil mark is going to be. The darker or softer the lead, the darker the pencil is going to be. A 2B is kind of a good standard medium. You're going to get a nice dark line, but you'll have to push a little hard to get that dark. The 3B is just a little bit darker, or softer lead, so I get a little bit darker without pushing so hard. A 6B is very soft lead. I get dark very easily, and it takes it's really hard to get a light line. You have to barely touch the paper with your pencil to get that light line. Another thing to know about these pencils is the softer the lead, the more it's going to smear. This one here doesn't smear very much. This one here smears a little bit more. This one here smears a lot. Sometimes you're going to want a lead that smears a lot when you're doing blending, but other times you're going to want something that's not going to smear, especially if you're running your hand across it and you get that mess on your hand. So you're going to want to think about that. If you're interested in wanting a pencil that blends, then you're going to also need a blending tool. This is called a blending stick, and basically it's just a tightly wrapped piece of paper that you can use to then take your lead and blend it out. This is great when you're doing more of a realistic picture and you want to kind of smooth everything out. Now I have been trying and searching to find the best inking pencil out there, and I have a few different brands that I use, and different days I like different ones better, so I keep a good selection with me. Ones I use a lot and always go back to are the Microns, the Sakura Microns, and they're a good inking pencil. They give you a nice bold line, and they come in lots of different sizes. From thick lines to really thin lines. They dry almost instantly. So after you place it down, it's not going to smear too bad. And you can erase over them, and it doesn't pull up much of the ink. can use larger markers like this tip here. You're going to get a nice coverage, but you're going to have a really hard time getting that thin line. So these ones I use for filling in areas. And the microns I use for putting in my outlines. So let's talk about erasers. You can use any kind of eraser. A lot of pencils come with an eraser on the back of them. You just want to make sure that it's not an old eraser. If you can easily squish it and it's not hard, it's going to erase pretty well. Now the thing with erasing is you'll see these little marks here. This is part of the eraser rubber that's rubbing off, but it's also part of your paper. If you continue to erase and erase and erase and erase at the same spot, you're going to actually end up wearing a hole in your paper. Eraser I use a lot is called a gummy or kneaded eraser. A kneaded eraser is nice because it's really good about picking up the lead without damaging your paper. So unless I pushed really hard, like in this area, it really picks up the lead really well. But what's also nice about this is that because it's a kneaded eraser, you can morph it into whatever shape you need and actually use it as a tool to draw with. Hi! Now you'll notice that the gummy eraser, once it starts picking up lead, gets dirty. So how do you clean it? You simply knead it. This is also a great stress reliever. Now, of course, after a while, your gummy eraser is going to start getting really dirty. Here's one I've used for quite a while, and you can definitely see the difference. There's a lot of lead in here. But even though there's a lot of lead in this eraser, you're going to notice it still works just fine. So it takes quite a while for these to get really dirty with lead where you cannot use them anymore. The one enemy that the gummy eraser has, though, is hair and fuzz. So make sure you keep these in a place where you're not going to get a lot of dust, a lot of hair in it. You don't want to drop these on the ground, especially if you have long-haired cats or dogs, or you yourself have long hair, because your hair will get stuck in here and then it's just really gross as you knead it and you're pulling apart hair and it's just gross. So I usually have a little Tupperware container that I put all my erasers in and keep them safe. So let's talk about pencil sharpeners. Unless you have a mechanical pencil, you're going to need a good pencil sharpener. And there's a lot out there. I myself go for the cute ones. I got this one when I was in China. Love it, so cute. And it contains all the lead just right inside. Or not lead, shavings. I haven't cleaned this guy up in quite a while. Oh no! He made a bunny mess. Ew. Okay. I also got this cute wooden duck. He's very cute. Only he doesn't have anywhere to keep his shavings, so I just have a little container that I keep him in. It's his little duck pond. Duck pond, duck pond. Well, I hope this video helped you to see some of the art supplies that I use in drawing a simple pencil sketch. If you have any other questions about the art supplies that I use, please leave them in the comments section below, and I'll do my best to answer them, or if I need to, I'll make another video talking about that. So, have a great day. I'll be back with another video coming up, and we'll talk to you later. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.